This video is recorded on April 30th, 2026 at 8:33 p.m. But by the time you will be seeing this video, I will have a high school diploma. And I seriously can't believe it. If I were to describe my senior year with one word, I would say, how? Because how am I here? It's a long story. I don't feel like getting into most of it. But like all I really will say is that I had like 11 missing credits by sophomore year, and I would have graduated like a year late. And so I did online for a year to catch up on those missing credits to then come back my senior year. I skipped my junior year. And I could go into the details of what happened during that time. It delved into a lot of my mental health and like what I was going through during that time. And frankly, I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to reveal it on YouTube just yet. But I probably will make that video eventually. Because, like, it would be a personal video and it would probably help some people, I imagine, hopefully. Anyway, so let's get into my senior year and how I would describe it. I've changed a lot since, like, my class last knew me. I go to a tiny school of 500 people total from kindergarten through 12th grade. And so, like, everyone knows each other. And, like, there was only one person in my class who I didn't know the name of for years until I was like, who is that person, by the way? Oh, yeah, that's her name. I'm like, oh, never knew. And of my graduating class, I'm one of 30. And there used to be 31. Ah, my phone's low battery. Anyway, the one that's missing, well, there used to be more than 30. If we're accounting for everybody, there's probably like 40. But the one that I'm talking about, he was supposed to graduate this year, and he was the only person lower than me by GPA. And he dropped out a couple weeks ago because he wasn't going to be able to graduate because of some stuff that I still don't fully understand. But like coming back to in person was very scary. And I didn't know I was coming back to in person until a week before school started. And so that was a little bit scary for me. Having to be thrust from online for a year to back to in person like it was sophomore year again. And it was hard on me mentally for a couple months because I had to adjust to keeping up social appearances, basic things that others could do, piling on assignments and new sleep schedule. I was like, oh my god, how am I doing this? I remember by like October, and the senior advisor was like talking about graduation. I'm like, yeah, like I'll graduate this year. Funny how that turns out. And so school events came and passed, Christmas came and passed, and like after Christmas I started to get used to my new routine of sleeping and stuff. It still took a while, but I started getting used to like the fact that I was going to school, getting up every day. And so I started improving gradually over time. And I started like actually taking, like, keeping up a better appearance of myself. Started doing my hair every day to make it look better, wearing cologne, stuff like that, to just feel better, look better. And like another thing is that I know most of my class has the same impression of me as I was in sophomore year and before. And I know that because I got voted teacher's pet for the yearbook. I'm not really a teacher's pet anymore. Like, I don't really care what people do as long as it doesn't hurt others. Like, I've seen kids pass vapes in the bathroom. I don't care. Like, as long as you make poor decisions, that's the way I see it. Just as long as it's not hurting someone else. And so, like, I don't really care. 2 years ago, I would have reported something like that. I would have done a lot of things. I never went on my phone 2 years ago. Some kids didn't even realize they had a phone. And, I remember when they took the photo for the yearbook for the senior pet, for the teacher's pet, It was me and three others. And another girl who was in the hallway and one of the girls who was in the photo. Like, I asked the teacher who took the photo. I was like, hey, can you send me the photo? And he goes, yeah, do you have an AirDrop? I'm like, yeah. So I pull up my phone, and one of the girls who was in the photo with me, another in my grade who was just walking by, says, wait, you have an iPhone? I'm like, yeah. Since when? As always. I just never took up my phone. And the thing is, even though I'm graduating with these people, I have very little classes with them. I only have, like, there are some of my classmates where I have zero classes with. And so it's just a little weird. I don't interact with a lot of them, actually. But yet, I feel a little more connected than I did 2 years ago. I don't know. Does that make sense? But, I had to worry about college and stuff like that, and we're getting to worry about college, and I was like, man, I'm not even going to apply for scholarships. I still haven't. You know why? Because I'm the lowest rank in the class. I got accepted into a program for a university, because the university said you're not going to come in normally, because of your low GPA. Well, they didn't say that, but I assume that's why. And so I submitted an appeal letter. Sorry. I submitted an appeal letter, and they denied that too. So I was like, okay, I'll do the program. But then I also applied to another college, and this second college I applied to hurt way more when I got denied. And I remember I got the email during first hour, I checked my phone, and I just went into the bathroom to cry. Like, after the bell rang, because it was right before the bell rang. And my friends were on a field trip that I didn't get to go on because I wasn't there that day they announced it. So I really had no one to talk to. My second hour art class, I just, like, sat down like this and cried. The classmate who dropped out that I mentioned earlier, he took his, like, water bottle and, like, rubbed it, or his mug, and, like, rubbed it on the back of my head as I was laying down. And I just wasn't reacting. He probably thought I was sleeping, but no, I was just sad and upset. I moved on from that, though. Like, it's my fault that my GPA is a 2.2. And the person who dropped out that I mentioned, he was the only person who was lower than me. And see, because before he dropped out, he was lower than me in the class rank. It was like, the way I even admitted to my parents, if I put in the same amount of effort I have been this year, my previous years, I'd have probably been valedictorian. Hell, I made the honor roll last quarter. I can't believe I made the honor roll, or the A honor roll to be exact. Granted, that was more than half the class, but still. Some of my friends I didn't even see on that list. One of my friends who is a full 1.0 credit higher than me in GPA, he wasn't on that list. And so I was just like, wow. And so as school events went by, I've always been, like, socially awkward, and I'd say online I'm more myself, to be honest. And I don't know if that's because of me doing online school, or I've just always been that way. I'm just more myself online. And so, like, I remember going to the homecoming dance, which was, I didn't really do much dancing. I was just very socially awkward, standing there like, and that was also the start of the school year, so I was very socially awkward. Then we get to January, and I don't know if any other school does the winter formal thing. It's very similar to homecoming. But I went to winter formal, and halfway through the dance, I was like, screw it, I'm here to have fun. So I became more confident in myself, and had a more fun time than homecoming. In prom, I had the most fun, not only because it was objectifiably the most fun, but also because I was the most confident in myself. I even have some videos of, like, myself that one of my friends took. Like, I got called up on there to, like, pick a song to dance to, and I picked Gangnam Style, and someone had, like, a pony horse thing or something, and so I grabbed that and started, like, galloping around the gym, and one of my friends got a video of it, and I'm not gonna show it, but, like, it's also funny because they had, like, glossy paper, and I slipped and fell right there. I'm like, oh my god, that's embarrassing. I tried to do limbo as well, failed at that, I fell. But, you know, I had a lot of fun at prom. And, I mentioned in a video a couple weeks ago, how I won a couple things, including a pen. Yeah, I'm not going to make another video on a pen, but I'm going to say I love this pen. Anyway, so, yeah, prom I was most confident in myself. I'm still not a confident person myself, like, I'm still very socially awkward and weird, but I had a better time because I became more comfortable with myself since then. But, you know, my birthday was 2 days before prom. And so, after prom, there was literally nothing for me to look forward to other than graduation. And as I'm recording this video, it is 15 days from the final day of school, and 26 days from graduation, I think. And so, for the past 9 months, past 8 months, I've been looking forward to graduation. But now that it is weeks away, I'm scared, to be honest. And the reason why I'm scared is because this is an end of an era for me. All of the things I have known for the past 4 years of high school and 12 years of school as a whole are coming to an end. I'm worried I'll not be able to, like, keep in touch with my friends when I go off to college. That's kind of my biggest fear, to be honest. Gonna miss seeing a lot of my teachers. Miss coming into school. I remember the final day I showed up in sophomore year, when I knew by that point there was no real point of me being there. And once again, I'm not going to get into the details of that, of why I was there still. But I knew I was going to switch to online. I knew that, like, I was like, well, this will probably be the last time I'm in this building. And yet, 2 years later, I graduate. Can't believe it. But it's going to be an end of an era. This room, I will be moving out from. I'll be moving in to my dad's house, and I will be living there. I will be working in that town as there's more job opportunities, and then 3 months later, I will be off in college. And I will be probably recording videos in a college dorm. If I get time to record videos at all. So the fact that it's just this, I've lived here for the past nearly 6 years. I've changed, this room has changed, times change, and you grow old. You know what? I don't think I'd do a single thing differently, to be honest. Well, maybe get my shit done, like grades. Like, sometimes I wish I could just punch my past self in the face for not doing his work and keeping up his grades and other stuff that, once again, I'm not going to get into in this video because I'm not comfortable with. Yeah. You'll see this when I have a high school diploma. And I can't believe that.